Let me tell you, when you pierce your own nipples, you're a beast. I'm just saying. But I'm in trouble, I can tell. Don't practice that high. You'll never get that set up in a tournament.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to cheat you as much as I can.
What's up, guys? Monster Michael Todd here. Had an amazing day with 9 lines, shooting 50 cows, having a blast. We're out here for a little arm wrestling practice. I get to see my old friend Andy Fuller. Hadn't seen him in over 25 years. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully they don't beat up on me too bad. Let's go see what they got in store. Hey, what's your name? Josh. Josh, big old hand. Chris, good to meet you.
Kevin Davis.
Kevin, nice to meet you. Chris, nice to meet you.
Will.
Will? Nice to meet you. Everybody's got a strong hand in here. What's your name, young lady?
Brittany.
Brittany, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Big old hand too.
Chris, he's a Devin fan.
Chris is the dad. Oh yeah. Well, trust me, nobody's dad moving me today.
They could. Today.
Today would be the day the dad movie.
It's definitely remind me.
All right. I'm probably gonna see how everybody feels. I'm probably gonna let them hit into me.
Okay.
Not necessarily hit into me, but kind of let them go and then I'll go type deal, and see how that works.
Okay.
Until I grab my hands and it's too much, and I'm like, okay, somebody say ready to go.
Okay.
Already young man. All right, just make a line, make a line. Hopefully I'll make it one round.
This dude looks like a pit bull.
I'm telling you, his hand is strong like a pit bull too. Very strong, young man, very strong. All right. So who's the ringer? Somebody give me a heads up.
He's at the table. Guy in the red over there.
He said he's at the table.
I heard that. And then immediately the guy at the table starts pointing somewhere else. You know you're getting sandbagged in. Oh, big, thick, meaty hand.
Ready?
No, probably not, but I'm in trouble, I can tell. I got a lot of trouble. Yeah, that's how that went. What is that, third guy? All right, let's see how the strap feels. Hold it.
Yeah. Put the strap on.
All right, just go ahead and jump on it. So I'm all back pressure, and then I have thumb in my thumb, right? There's a little bit in my thumb. Now when it's time to pin, I could either pronate real hard,
Crazy.
or I could shove my elbow in the front of the pin.
That's crazy. That made a big difference. No, I'm saying I felt the difference.
Oh yeah, we'll go one more. So
what do you
I see.
you control arm wrestling arm wrestling is a pulling sport. It's a tug of war. So you have to control the center of the table. So all I'm doing, I have a tight strap, and when you go, I counter everything you're doing with back pressure.
It's just keeping me
So I'm keeping you out. I'm negating your access to your power. You know. So just get aggressive and fire. No, I want you to go ahead. I don't care. Whenever.
Just don't fire on me.
I won't.
Don't hit me back. Yeah. Damn, crazy. I feel it. I feel it.
He's super strong, guys. I'm telling you, that guy's super strong right there.
Man.
See that last hit on you? Because I let my hand be loose. If you would have climbed in my hand in the strap, you could have got a lot more advantage. So I'm going to tell you this. Don't practice that high. You'll never get that set up in a tournament.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to cheat you as much as I can.
I'm going to let you pull me, so don't try to cheat. Get as comfortable as you, get the same position you're going to get in a tournament, because you don't practice that way. You're great in practice and you suck in a tournament. You know? Yeah, all right, well, these guys are explosive.
What did you do? What did you do?
Oh, really? Looks like we're going to the strap. Hustle strap me?
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
You're way lower.
That's fine. I'm almost there. It's you fire on it. Yep. I just want you to get on it. I'm gonna take it back with back pressure.
Back pressure.
I'm telling you, the back is the biggest muscle used in arm wrestling. It's just if your hand and wrist isn't strong enough, it doesn't matter. So I don't have to have this crazy hump. So here's the deal.
I've always been taught this.
14 years ago, I got a pinched ulnar nerve, and I had these fingers went asleep. So they've been asleep for 14 years. Can't feel them. So instead of trying to develop a hand that was so strong that you couldn't get out of, I decided to develop a hand and wrist that doesn't get compromised before or during the slip. Meaning I will never get called for an intentional slip. And I can always get the strap. So because of that, I didn't focus. Now my hand's decent, but I didn't focus on trying to build this freakishly strong hand. Because when you do that, you kill everybody until you find the guy that's got the better hand. And you have no other options because you depend on your hand so much. I just knew I needed to get the strap. So just make sure that I don't get called for an intentional slip. All right. Yep.
Position he gets in hard hitting.
Oh, I know, it's just doing this.
So, I mean, and it's all because the whole reason I'm able to do this, and this is okay, check this out. How many people have been told you don't want the buckle?
I'm not
Ask me why I want the buckle. I get to determine how tight the strap is because it's on the back of my hand. Oh, it's too straight. Screw you, bitch. It's on my hand. You know, tighten that shit up. Peel the skin off. I don't care. Because I would rather have duct tape. So I'm going to show you the riser thing I'm talking about. Get everything. Now, before we go, get tight though. I'm going to take it back with riser. Okay. Really tight strap. Okay. That felt horrible, didn't it? It did. Oh, another strong guy. Dadgum. No, I just got to grip the strong folks here. Yeah, chalk the back of my hand. I'm getting sweaty. It's funny when your opponent comes up like this, like, I have that happen all the time. You know? Oh, Craig and them? If you could give me some stickum right now, I would spray stick on my hand. It's not legal anymore. I would stick the crap out of it. All right.
Fair?
Yep.
Damn.
You cheated. You had your elbow up.
Well, you already beat me, man. What was up?
I'd have to foul you out.
Damn.
Strong young man, strong young man. All right, jump on me, Andy. Go ahead.
Cheated again.
I'm most likely to have to strap Andy because now he needs top roll instead of hooks. Feel big old thick. Yeah, sure. I feel some bad stuff coming my way right now.
So I don't need you. You wouldn't grip high.
I don't. Okay, so you only show you how I don't grip high but still get my riser high? Yes. Okay, so Andy, show me your normal grip to get a high grip. When I say high grip, high knuckle. Okay, so see, I have a shorter thumb, and see how I hold my knuckle. Now watch the height of my hand right here, ready? So watch how I do it. Put your hand back up real quick. I'm gonna do this, and I shove my hand, my riser down. See, now my knuckle is pointing straight up, and I'm nowhere near the top. Now watch him though, watch when he closes.
I can't grip it.
Look how high he is on my hand. But my knuckle, I already have height. I've won the height thing. It's this right here, right? So I just push that in. This is the other reason why I don't cap right-handed. I don't have a massive hand. It's relatively thick. But take a look right here on the back of his hand when I cap. Take a look, close your hand up. Watch me cap. See where my first finger's at? I only have 3 contact points. Now, grip me again. No cap. I got 4 contact points. So now I have 4 different places that I can apply pressure on the back of his hand. Because my objective is to cup first. Who thinks top rolling outside arm wrestling is riser and pronation first?
It was 20 years ago.
It was. Over-rotated top roll.
It's a
Over-rotated
ball.
top roll.
Right.
Everyone spun out and their fist ends up pointing at their opponent.
Exactly.
Well, that's not hand control. That's not efficient. So my entire top roll goes like this. It's cup, boom. So let's say Andy cups me. From here, it's all that, so I always say pull through your thumb. So it's this thumb bone right here. So when you grab that art arm, it's a perfect example because it's a thumb that you're grabbing. Your thumb bone right here, you pull through my hand. So if you want to hook, you cup and hook. Top roll, cup and top roll. But it's all wedging, right? But people are like, well, your hand and wrist are so weak. I'm like, because I'm pulling really strong people. Like I'm cupping, but if I wasn't cupping, I'd really be in bad shape, right? So I'm always initiating the cup first. It's just when you're pulling the strongest guys in the world, it looks like, oh, well, he's not cupping. No, I'm cupping really hard. People are like, oh, why don't you hit? I'm like, I did, backwards. That's what stopped the dude from flashing me. Well, if you hit, well, I did hit. I just didn't hit to the pin. I hit for control. So, and control, like, so it's like a defensive king's move. When I say king's move, it's just defensive arm wrestling. If you arm wrestle defensive style, meaning you loose hand, because you want to loose hand if you're being defensive. So I'm not expending a lot of injury here, and I'm going to go straight back. That only works if the guy's being offensive. If he's hitting, like you got a hard hitting sideways dude, float your hand and go back.
Let him feed into your.
If you hit a guy, if you do that against a guy who's being defensive, discontrolling the center table, you get swallowed up in their hand. They out-climb you. So when Devin beat me in 2011, I was floating hand top rolling, right? Float my hand, hitting back. Well, I hit the position, and he had that higher arm. He won the height game and beat the riser. In 2018, when I beat him, I didn't care about any of that. I was turning that 3-inch Raptor all the time. So I just grabbed Devin like this, and on go, I pulled straight back, and I never once. If you look at round 1 of 2018, he opens his hand 3 separate times and tries to climb. But because I had a hard hand, I was an offensive style arm wrestling versus defensive. My hand was clamped. He couldn't get out of it. Forced his wrist to go back, and then once his wrist was gone, his wrist was gone.
What made you change in that period of time?
I did not realize I had a weakness. I beat Pushkar in 2012. I beat everybody. And then I was like, then Dmitry Trubin, in February 2016 when Dmitry Trubin beat me, I was supposed to pull Andre Pushkar that day. On that day, in my opinion, I would have beat Andre Pushkar, who was #1 in the world. Because I was strong enough to stop him, but I didn't arm wrestle efficiently enough to beat Trubin because Trubin out arm wrestled me. Because the arm wrestling went exactly the same way Devin did, and I didn't know there was such a thing as the offensive style where I clamped my hand. I was still floating my hand, and you see me get out rows in the strap going to Dmitry. You're like, well, there's a classic way to beat Michael Todd. You do this. I'm like, yes, if I'm doing that. If I'm doing the other thing, you just got to be stronger. And so don't look at the recent Devin match and say that's how to do it. He just was better than
He was
they. You know what I'm
way
saying?
stronger.
Definitely lost some money on it.
Yeah, I did too. All right. So you can hit on me. We're just easing into it. I love the pronation though. So you want to do that or you want to strap it?
Whatever, yeah.
I'm fine, whatever. I love the way you're pulling now though. It feels good to me. We're going to slip because I won't be able to contain that, but let's do it one more time. I'm going to try to back pressure a little bit more, maybe try to cut a little bit more. All right. Nope. That was nice, that was nice. Okay. All right, so this is my good buddy Andy Fuller. Probably one of the strongest biceps ever to arm wrestle. What were some of the lifts you did back in the day? Dude, when I met this guy, 23-inch arms, I'm like, it's Fred Flintstone with the biggest arms I've ever seen in my life. And then you look over here, home of international arm wrestling champion Andy Fuller. But, so I met this guy 29 years ago. And I was much smaller then. He was much bigger than me. And we pulled a couple of times.
He was a kid, skateboard kid.
I did have that
He
California.
had purple hair one time.
I did not have purple hair.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be,
Oh, yeah.
they believe everything on the internet. You can't say that shit. You know?
Looks like you fell in a tackle box.
Oh, yeah. I can't really say much about
nipple
that.
rings.
I did have nipple rings once. Pierced to
I don't know
myself.
about all that, man.
Let me tell you, when you pierce your own nipples, you're a beast. I'm just saying. All right, just jump on the window.
So what I need to do is the same thing you do, really.
That's what you want to do. So, where do y'all put your press strap when you're pulling in the strap?
I try to put it against
All
this.
mine is right there. Strap pulling is different than freehand arm wrestling. The pressure goes here. So all of my back pressure, and you see I just keep tightening the strap because I want a tighter strap. And like I said, it's on my hand, so he can't complain. All right, so just pull me hard, and I'll see what it feels like. There you go. So I'm beating his wrist because of my pronation. I'm not engaging it. I'm just like keeping it there. So when he goes, because we have tight strap, I'm not doing anything. I'm just keeping this tight. So when he goes, because we have a tight strap and mine is rigid, his wrist buckles. So the thing.
So that's another reason I don't need to be up here. I need to be down there.
That's what you want. See, people fall into the height trap all the time in the strap. They think the higher they get in the strap, the better they're gonna be against me. And all I'm doing is lat dragging and keeping a rigid wrist.
So I would be better. Instead of trying to pull it here.
Just drag and try to roll through me.
This.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do the same. If you can. I'm still gonna do the same thing I just did. All right. Yeah.
That's the weak point. And that's the weak link in this chain.
And the thing is, it used to not be because it's so here.
Right.
But because now you're doing it and dragging back. And I'm telling you, the reason I'm able to do this is because tight strap. Like if I had a looser strap, he would be able to climb into my hand. But I'm able to contain it because of the tight strap. So go one more time, I'm gonna try to pin you.
I would be better off to try to rise.
Anything you can do to get me further down your hand, and it's not even further down your hand, it's palm up. You want to turn me palm up. So if you can't turn me palm up, you're gonna just normally have to just outlast me. And usually it doesn't work, especially that's why super match format's so good for me. Once I bleed you round one, it can be an all-out 3-minute war. But I'm still just as good round two. And I just took all the steam off of you, And I may not be just as good, but like, I can keep going. All right.
I'll try something.
All right.
Keep you from doing that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A little for the work.
All right.
So you'll be cool.
Just wherever you want to go. Oh, yeah.
Good hit.
On my back.
Good hit.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It feels like a ton, though. I mean, he's so strong still. But what I'm doing.
What I need to work on with this.
Yes. This and this. So pronation isn't just this. If you have the cup to do it with, and see, although my knuckle's not high, I'm still using my riser. Are y'all noticing that I'm not really doing a lot of this?
Yeah.
But it's just because I'm so tight, and that.
I don't use any forward. That's some
Okay, so what do y'all do with y'all's free hand?
I'll push away with mine.
Do you think pushing makes sense, or do y'all think pulling? What do y'all think? Just letting it sit here?
I just gotta let it idle.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. If you were to pick something up off the ground, would you be stronger like this, or if you took your other hand and pushed off something to pick it up?
So brace yourself.
So I have 2 points of contact, and it's my hand and it's my abdomen. So this is how I'm applying pressure. Give me everything you got again, and I'll counter it with these 2 pressures. Just jump on it hard, all back pressure. So now I'm engaged, ready? Watch. Does you see how it works? I'm pushing here, I'm pushing here. So now, it's not that my lat's that much stronger than his. It's I'm using leverage. That makes sense?
A little harder than I can hold. My problem is here. The harder I'm pulling.
My whole point is to expect you to dump your own wrist. You will pull
Right.
so hard. And so
That's what
because
I'm
I'm so defensive, you will compromise your own wrist trying to pin me. So when I stop the match side to side, even if you hit me over here, if I've stopped the match hand peg to hand peg center, you eventually have to come to me. Because I've taken your entire hit on go, and I've controlled the center, your wrist will compromise and you'll come to me. So it's just,
to work on that on the go. I need to.
yeah, so can you handle a hit? Like if we both hit?
Well, I can't stop you, but it won't hurt me.
Well, I'm just going to show you. Do you want me to show you how I hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so everything I'm doing from here is just heavy, boom, I'm hitting there. I mean, so I'm kicking my elbows. So, okay,
You start with it here.
sometimes, a lot of times I'll start here and run over, but right here I feel comfortable just, just laying into it with yeah. So I like starting from the front and, just basically diagonal and straight across. Yeah. I wanted to hold all of those. I couldn't hold on to them. All right, we'll go one time. All right, ready? Never seen that move in my life. What was that?
One time, me too.
Pretty good.
That was gonna hurt.
All right. My strap game's different, right? It just, if I'm not so beat up, If I'm not so beat up, I pretty much feel the same with or without the strap. That was good.
James out was everything that
Well, you
matters.
felt super strong on one without the counter. Yeah, that worked, man.
Did I get it? I got it.
I think you did. Yeah, you can't let him hit on you like that.
No, not him. No.
All right, so we're gonna go to the strap, and I'll let you do that. You can get all you want in the strap. I had no way to hold on to
Did he
that.
get you all the way to the pad?
No, tabletop.
Oh,
I
awesome.
think there's a dent. There may very well be a dent in the table with my knuckles.
Way cool. Or he just listened to you give all the tips.
That's what it
And
was.
enjoyed them.
Next time, YouTube, do not give the tips until you're done YouTube tables. So I'm just gonna hold and you hit whatever you're ready.
There you go. His press is nasty.
I'm sure he's coming in with it.
Oh, yeah, he's great. Come on, Chris.
Be safe. You okay? I'm not gonna rip through you.
Keep him safe.
Honey, I am keeping him safe.
Hey, there, Chris, you wear him out.
There you go.
Oh. Come on. Oh.
Bring it to the house.
That's really good. Somebody's gonna have to take the strap off. I don't think one of us can do it.
Do what?
Are you expending any energy when you're
Time. My lower bicep. Come look at my lower bicep.
I see it.
Yeah. People think I'm resting. I'm just waiting.
Well, you were smiling. I was
Hey, if you can project confidence, maybe the guy will quit. A lot of times, I'll be training with Corey, and I'll start talking a mad amount of shit, and there's no way I'm gonna win. But I'll talk him out of the match. I'm about to mess you up, and he's got me bad. And he'll just like hit a few times, and then just let up. I'm so glad because I was not gonna win that match. I feel like this is gonna be the last one, you know. So you can fire on it, and then I'm just gonna try to catch. Okay. I do not expect to stop you, but I'm gonna. So just. All right, whenever ready. Yeah, you got me. See how you turn my palm up? Yeah. He's like, I like the way that feels. Let's do it again.
I done what you said.
It was 100% all you. No, you did great. Yeah.
I just changed. I was capping before.
Yeah.
I'm just getting more.
Well, you got the cup. You got my palm up. Did y'all see how you got my palm up? All right, so.
I gotta have more of that, Jay. I need to learn how to train.
All right, so I'm gonna still let you hit again, and I'm gonna try to see if I can catch and keep my palm. Nope. Get my palm up. Yeah, once you're wedged in like that, it's not really hurting it. Great work, great work. Hope you guys enjoyed. He's like #1 in North America now. For United States. Not even close. I'm just telling you, according to YouTube, you're not gonna pull that. That's how it works.